Welcome to the webinar and welcome everybody. It's really amazing to see you here. Okay, so we're right on time. I don't want you to wait. So I would love to start. This article is about AI article writing using Cyborg Method. And from my perspective, it's not writing articles like not any other spammy and useless AI articles, because I can see a lot of that on the internet, but ones that actually bring value. And that's like super important, because like you have to bring value to create content that really works. So let me start with the agenda. So basically what we start with like is an introduction. Then I will tell you more about what is Cyborg Method. Then I will go step by step, like guide on exactly how to approach Cyborg Method. I'll add you a bonus and there will be a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, like please shoot on the chat. If there will be if I will have a little bit of time, I maybe will answer some of them like throughout the webinar, but most of them I will answer at the end. So to give you a little bit heads up about me, who am I, what I do, and like why I'm talking about this topic. I'm one of the founders at SEO Wind, which is a tool to create comprehensive SEO briefs based on data, because briefing is like super important for writing content. And what we are doing right now also, we are automating a lot of processes to help out write articles using AI, and we'll be launching that soon. But the base thing that we do really a lot of research using AI, using a lot of APIs, different APIs, to generate a brief that helps to write an article that makes sense. And I'm in SEO for the last 12 years. I'm a serial founder. I'm a practitioner. I used to do a lot of things like manually. I try to automate them. I'm a half a developer, half a marketer, half a sales guy, half a founder. So a lot of hats. And I'm trying to automate like most of the processes so they make sense. So hello again to everybody. Like I can see that there are more people here. Awesome to have you here. So introduction, how to create an article using AI to get best quality. So first thing that like when people go to ChatGPT, because like we will be talking mostly about GPT-4, ChatGPT, because this is what it's using. When people go to ChatGPT, they start with a simple thing like when preparing to writing an article. They ask ChatGPT, write me an outline on a topic. So for example, write me an outline on a topic of types of coffee. And ChatGPT answers the question. But the problem is that it's really simple. It's not giving any context to ChatGPT. And you have to remember, ChatGPT is a large language model, not a knowledge model. If you don't feed it with knowledge, it will basically answer you with any kind of information, but you don't know what it's based on. So you have to understand that you have to feed it with knowledge. So in developers world, there is a phrase, garbage in, garbage out. And this is something that we have to understand and we have to learn from developers. They knew it for the last 10 or 20 years. If you put into something garbage, the only thing you can take out is also garbage. So like if you will not give context to ChatGPT, you will get garbage out. And this is all the spam that you're getting. So basically Google says content needs to be helpful. And this is like a helpful content update and all the things that they were doing for the last couple of years. And they don't care, they said it out loud, if it's written by AI or humans. But the problem is that most of the content that is written by AI is just spam. It's really crap. It's not adding anything. It's not based on search intent. It's not based on research that it should be. That's why, like, if you will create normal AI articles, like without research, just stop wasting your time. It makes no sense. So you have to prepare to write a proper article. So a few months back, just 2 months back, to be honest, I was against AI writing because I thought okay, if I do AI writing, it brings a lot of crappy content that will just bloat the internet. It will grow. It will be just the same things over and over and over again. And it's really hard to write something really specific using AI. so to compete with human writers. To be honest, I don't think like that anymore. Like, I was wrong. I will like really admit, I think I was wrong. It's all about actually prompting GPT. So actually doing the research and prompting it in the proper way, especially with GPT-4. It's a lot better, but still, you have to be in the control, not GPT. Like, don't let yourself be leave like control to GPT, because it will not end good. So what is Cyborg Method? So first of all, it's GPT or any other AI, in my opinion at least, it's not there to take over your jobs. That's my opinion. But what it can do, it can unleash superpowers that you have, and it can be kind of like a better pen that will provide you with a lot of things that can speed up your work, make it better, increase, like, make your flow better, and working with it, just combining it with you, so combining human experience with AI capabilities, you can produce like better quality content at lower costs and at a higher scale. So basically, you have to understand what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, and what are the strengths and weaknesses of AI. Once you actually understand it, you can cooperate and work together to be really a lot better. So my prediction for 2023 and 2024, every single content writer will have to become an editor managing team of AI writers. Like, because writing simple content is not a thing anymore, in my opinion. Like, you will not be able to compete with AI on writing like from top of your head, because AI is much better than you and me and whoever. Like, maybe a specialist in very specific field might be better, but like still AI will be faster. But like, your goal is to manage a team of AI writers, to structure it. You can become an architect of the whole marketing, and you can drive AI into the paths that you want to drive. But the thing is that don't leave out everything to AI, because it will go in the paths that you don't want to, like, it will not bring you anything. So Wolf, like, great to hear that you feel the same way. And this is the mindset that we need to get to, because if we will be fighting AI, we will basically be the ones that are like not using a better pen. It's like, it doesn't make sense, in my opinion, to fight it. We will not stop it anyhow. So let's learn how to cooperate with it, just to be better. So Cyborg Method, like, to begin with, like, what it is and how it works. So first thing that you have to understand, AI, like working with AI is no different, in my opinion, than working with any human being. So if you're cooperating with a copywriter and you want something that is like, wants the copywriter to write you a good piece of content, you have to do a research, you have to do a brief, you have to provide the copywriter or AI, it doesn't matter who it is, with proper information. You have to be explicit about things, tone of voice, who are you writing for, what they should actually write about, and be really explicit. It's not about writing a simple like line of write me an article for a topic of types of coffee, because you will like not get the things that you want. It will drive you in any other direction, but not the one that is actually the one that you should go after. So first thing that you have to think about is define the intent and the goal. So define who are you writing for, who is your audience, what do you want to achieve with the article? Is this an article a bofu, mofu, tofu? Like, is it consideration? Is it for sales? Like, and provide this information, the prompt, to AI. I will be sharing a prompt later on, so you will actually see like how all these puzzles that I will be talking about are put into the prompt together, and I'll be sharing it with you, so you'll be able to actually understand where it came from and why I'm talking about these specific things. So then, like, when you have it defined, like, conduct a keyword research. Understand exactly what's the search intent, and that's like extremely important. It's not about you thinking what Google should show for this specific topic. Go to Google and just check it, like identify the search intent. Like first thing that you have to do about any topic, if you're writing with AI or with a human, again, it doesn't matter, go to Google and just start scrolling through who ranks for this specific topic. These people, these companies nailed the search intent. Like really, they did something really, really good. That's why they are there on the list on top 10 SERPs. Like either you agree with it or you don't, it doesn't matter. Like just put your ego aside, treat it as the truth. Like this is the search intent that Google defined for this specific topic. So when you go to Google, you have all these pages. You can use SEO Win, but like you can also use different tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, Moz, or Ubersuggest, or other types of tools that will provide you with keywords. What you can do, just grab these URLs from Google, put them into any tool that you're using, and check what do they rank for. Because like you will get a whole list of keywords that you can actually go after and write down them in some kind of a doc file. So to have this list of keywords, just to understand the language your users are using. It's not about keyword stuffing. It's about understanding exactly what kind of language they're using to use the language of your audience. You have to do it. Otherwise, like you will not nail the search intent. And if you're using certain words, it doesn't mean that the rest of the world is also doing it the same way you do it. Believe in data and believe in keywords that people are using. And like that, you can go through different competitors. So like the position 1, position 2, position 3, check what do they rank for, write down the keywords that you think are really important for your specific topic. And I mean, write them down like 20, 30, it doesn't matter. It's not about 2, 3 keywords. It's about actually writing down a lot of keywords and going through different competitors, like because they already rank for these keywords. So it's proven that these topics go together. And like that, you'll learn more about the language. So when you have these keywords, what you can do with ChatGPT, and there, because it's the language model, is really awesome with that. You can go to ChatGPT and cluster the keywords without any other tool. So use this prompt. So for example, use the following list of keywords and group them together to create content clusters. And then paste in all the keywords that you have for this specific topic, 20, 30 keywords. What ChatGPT will do, they will cluster these keywords by meaning, and it will help you out to actually put them into groups so you will understand how they can work together. Again, it's not about keyword stuffing in the article, but using specific language and being aware of what kind of language your audience is using. Next thing that you can do is like create a detailed based on SERP results, detailed outline based on SERP results. Because if you think that you can do something totally different than everybody else and be better than them, maybe you will. Like, but the chances of that are like super slim. So because the search intent of Google is really precise, like they know what they want to see, they know what is the answer to a specific question, and they know who ranks for that, like what do they write inside. So basically, if you think you know better, sorry to say that, probably don't. But what you can do, you can go to SERP results for this specific phrase that you're focusing on, go to each and specific competitor, scroll them through, just to understand what do they write about. And your goal is to use their outlines as puzzles. Like, so you're taking something from each one of them, putting a more comprehensive outline that nails the search intent. Nails the search intent because it's based on data. It's based on other outlines that you already see that are working. Unfortunately, either like you use tools like SEO Win or it's a manual work. I've been doing that for probably 4 years or 5 years, exactly this process. I was doing that with SEMrush, a doc file, and manually going through each one of my competitors. And that's like the best way to do it. It's hard to automate it. But in my opinion, either you exactly go through all your competitors just to understand what they write about and create a comprehensive outline, or don't do it. Don't write articles, because you will. it's really hard to nail the search intent. But your outline has to be comprehensive, more comprehensive than any other that you see among your competitors. Okay, so we have keywords, we have outline, we have like the goals, like where we're heading. So how to craft AI writing prompts for ChatGPT. We will use all the things that we gathered, because when you're prompting AI, you have to use knowledge, like put the knowledge into AI to get quality out. If you put garbage in, you'll get garbage out. It's the same thing. So describe the task, like who is the person behind the article? What is their perspective and the point of view? Add product or service information. Like, so if you have a product, you have to add like information to AI, to ChatGPT about like, what do you actually sell? What do you do? Like, give them context. That's like super important, because it's not a tool that can scrape your data. It will not read your mind. It's not a fortune teller. Like, you have to provide this information into ChatGPT. So like everything that you would provide to a human being when writing an article, it's also important for ChatGPT. So like you have to put in the info to get things out, like exactly the way you want. In my opinion, the less possibility to deviate you will give to ChatGPT, the better answer you will get. Don't base it on luck, base it on data, base it on information. Consider using expressions like act as you would be XYZ. Okay, provide context. So provide the goal that you have. So this is what I mentioned in the beginning. You have to understand why are you writing this specific piece. Provide target audience, detailed SEO outline. So we do have an outline, so provide it there. Put like specific outline. So what do you want to see in the article? Because if you will leave it out to ChatGPT to decide, expect it to go the wrong way. Like provide the keywords to target. So provide the language that ChatGPT should use, and also questions to answer. So you can also like add to the outline, for example, questions from people also ask, or you can go to Quora, search Quora from Google about questions about specific topic. You can search Reddit. So like add these questions as an FAQ to the outline, because that will also help out to write a better article, because these are the relevant questions that people have. And provide instructions, like clarify like what kind of language you're using. So for example, if you're using American English, not British English, provide this information. Like, I want it to be written in American English. Specify the structure, the length of you can specify the length of sentences, the length of paragraphs, the length of the whole article. What are you expecting? It will not always listen to you explicitly, but it's all about testing and using the same prompts over and over again, and like building on top of them to make them a little bit better every single time. But if you're crafting a prompt every single time, forget that you will get anywhere. Like, you have to write it down, have a base of prompts, and make them better every single time. Specify the format that you want it to be. Okay, so here we have a prompt that I built. It's on 2 pages. So first thing, as you can see, like we're putting all the information that we gathered straight into the prompt. So this is it. We have the context. So you're a passionate and experienced gardener who is running an online and offline garden store. Like, we have to be really specific just to show AI. Like, look, this is it. We're a gardener, online, offline. We have a garden store. You know gardening inside out, as you've been in the field for over 20 years. It shows also more context. Like, the more context you will provide about the person that is writing the article, the better. In your store, you have garden plants, fruit trees, vegetables, houseplants, and garden supplies. You love sharing your knowledge on how to take care of plants so they have optimal conditions for growth. You have an exceptional vocabulary. So like, I'm also showing like what kind of like vocabulary we can use in this field, and you love writing about it. So this is the context. Like, you might think it makes no difference, but this gives context to AI to understand exactly who you are and how you want it to be written. So the next thing, task. Your task is to write a guide with suggestions for how to grow blueberries. I'm like explicitly telling, like, this is the task, this is what I'm counting on. The guide should have at least 2,500 words. The goal of this guide is to educate people on how to grow and take care of blueberries so that they grow a lot of sweet fruits. So I specified exactly what I'm aiming for. This is my guide. Like, I want people to know how to grow blueberries so they grow more fruit. And then what I do is the guide should have the following outline. And here I'm copying my outline. So I'm like really explicitly saying, okay, your task is this and this, but this is my outline. Like, keep it there. You can add here H3s, you can add H2s. It will understand, but like, you have to write it in a specific way. You can use H2s like that. You can use HTMLs probably. You can also use markup. Like, so whatever way you write, like, but make it structured. And here I'm like showing, like, this is my outline. Write it like that. I want you to write about these things. Don't go anywhere else. This is the sweet spot that I want you to write about. Okay, so to continue the prompt. Below, there are relevant keywords clustered in a semantic way that you should use across the guide. So basically here, you can see all the keywords that we have that are clustered. Every single point is a cluster. So this is how we got the keywords from ChatGPT. When we put like keywords about blueberries, like we got them out in clusters. And we're specifically showing ChatGPT, these are the keywords that I would like to use. Of course, ChatGPT will not use all of the keywords that we provided with, but it will actually go after certain, like try to use these keywords when writing the article. So like I'm really specific about what kind of things you can add here to specify the things. So Casper, small addition, you can also add subpoints to each header to help guide for each section should contain. Of course, this is what I mentioned, like you can use like, so let me get back to it. You can use H3s, you can use like points, whatever you add here is good. Like this outline has only H2s, but if you want to write H2s and H3s, that's like pretty cool. If you want to add points, that's also good, but like be really, really specific to ChatGPT what you want to do so they understand it. Like, as I mentioned, this is a brief that you would write for a human. And think of ChatGPT as a human. If you provide it with certain information, like it will write basically the things that you want. If you provide like a crappy, write me an article on topic of blueberries, like expect anything. So then instructions, like just to finish it up. Your writing style is informative, friendly, and engaging while incorporating real life examples. I want you to write in the same way you would write to a friend, using a conversational tone. And then just write the article. When you click enter, it will start writing the article. But the problem is that you will often reach like a limit. After more or less like 400, 500 words, like it will maybe stop. When it stops, just write continue. If continue doesn't work, and you can actually check where it stopped because we are writing the article based on our outline, you can write start writing from how to harvest blueberries. So, and then it will start writing exactly from this heading. Then you will have to merge these things together after you're done. But whenever it will stop, like just write continue or start from this heading, and it will work. Okay, so the next part is the actually Cyborg method. So like how to combine it with a human. So Sid, think of ChatGPT of a highly skilled writer with zero experience in your field. Be as detailed as possible. Like totally agree with you. Like it's really awesome because like they're really experienced, but you have to put in the data. You have to put in the information and be explicit about things you want. Okay, so going back, give it a human touch. And that's like super important because in my opinion, when you're writing articles with AI, they're like 70-80% of work done. This is exactly how I see it. So they're not ready to be published. If you write them using Cyborg Method that I showed you, they will be much, much better than whatever you saw, because they're based on research. And if they're based on research, they're going in the right direction. But I still believe there should be like human touch. So if you're an editor, like if you're start editing the things that you can, and make the article outstanding. It will be good when it comes out from AI if you like do it using these rules, but make it outstanding because you have the time. Like you didn't spend it on like writing a whole article, so make it outstanding. So just adjust the expressions, like read it through, adjust the expressions, remove mentions of competitors, because sometimes your competitors will be mentioned. Update outdated information. Unfortunately, sometimes AI will give you outdated information. You will have to update, fact check the things, like restructure the content if needed. I saw that many times when you're doing AI writing. The sentences are a little bit too long, the paragraphs are too long, and it's really, really hard to push AI to make it different, but try. Add your expertise and personal touch. And that's like, in my opinion, that's super important. And that is something that AI will not probably do for you. So if you have the article, treat it as a like perfect baseline. So you nail the search intent, you have the topics that are necessary for this article, add an expertise on top of that. Like, so have a special matter expert that will tell you more and put it into the article. Add additional things that are valuable and will add value to the article. Wolf, the Grammarly pass. Most cases, I would say, like if you write in American English or British English, I think Grammarly, it will pass with Grammarly. I would go for Hemingway. Hemingway, like just to shorten the sentences, shorten the paragraphs, but still, like definitely, I think Grammarly also like is similar to Hemingway, like shows like the structure of the sentences to make it better. But definitely, add your unique know-how. This is the value, like a cherry on the top that you put on the article that gives exceptional value on top of what you already wrote. Like you already took like a lot of things from different places. You've created a comprehensive article, add value on the top to make it even better. So help establish your audience credibility. Basically, add a little bit of life, add more human into the article. Optimize for SEO. So like you had the initial brief, so you know exactly what you aimed for. Adjust the headings, verify provided keywords, add internal and external links. Like that's super important. Like unfortunately, AI will not know exactly how your website looks like. So if you can put internal links, like pointing into different pieces of content on your website, that's really amazing. Also, you can add external links to sources that you think are relevant. Add visuals, like so you can use Midjourney or like any kind of Unsplash, any source of data to add visuals to and make it appealing for the eyes. Like, so remember, we're creating content for humans. It has to be appealing for the eyes of a human. When they're scrolling through, they have to understand what is there. Images and the structure of the whole thing helps out. So the bonus here, that would be exactly the end. So this is my way of writing articles using AI. I call it Cyborg Method because like it's a human and a computer working together, AI with a human that can do outstanding things together. You can actually find an ebook here. It's like not gated. If you put this link into your browser, you will download the whole ebook with all the things that were in this specific webinar. You can download them and start doing it. If you actually start writing articles, please let me know how you're doing it. If you have any questions, please let me know what kind of things are actually interesting you. I would love to learn more also from you from what you're doing. I was using this method for a while now, but what we are doing, we are actually creating most of these things, automating these things in SEO Wind, and we're trying to implement it in an easier way so you have everything in one place. So thanks a lot for the whole webinar. It was really fun talking about it. And if you need anything from me, please contact me on LinkedIn. I'm like happy to talk. So cheers. Have a great day.